welcome to the Calisthenics Hub, guys. And today I have another amazing athlete. I'm excited to introduce her. So let's just get straight to it. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your name? Where you're from? Where you're and how old are you?
So I'm Tisha. I'm from France, and I currently live in the UK. And I'm a personal trainer in the UK. So I work as a fitness coach since 6 years. So yeah, so that's what I do here.
Awesome, Tisha. And you practice calisthenics. I see on your Instagram you're doing pull-ups, dips. Tell me how that
Yeah.
started for you. What was the beginning like for you?
Well, I have a little background of gymnastics. So I did gymnastics when I was a teenager, not to a high level, but intermediate level. And I've always been attracted by everything that has to do with gymnastics and body weight strength and things like this. So I naturally learned pull-ups and then yeah, that's how I started. Yeah.
Great, great. So you would say that your gymnastics background definitely helped you with body
Yes.
weight training because as
Yes.
we know, gymnastics are really strong. They're using a lot
Yeah,
of body weight
definitely.
exercises. Yeah, so that's amazing. And flexibility and mobility too. That is
Yes, yes, that's
a
the
lot of
thing as well. Flexibility also was something.
absolutely, absolutely. In the beginning, being that you had this gymnastics past, what challenges did you find first when you first started calisthenics?
Yeah, yeah, it all come from the gymnastics. Yeah,
Did you find anything challenging in the beginning?
challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah, so mostly things that involve like it also been the fear for me even in gymnastics. Like that would be the thing that would prevent me from progressing.
Okay.
So things like that would be with swings or things like back handspring. That would be definitely the challenges for me. Yeah, like I can do like walkover, like things that are quite slow, but if it involves like speed and
More
height, and
dynamics.
yeah.
Yeah, 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 definitely. It is something mentally to get over the fear aspect. And
Mhm.
for example, for me in the beginning when I was practicing handstands, being upside down was really, really
Yeah.
intimidating.
Mhm.
Just because we're not used to it. But I guess, you adapt and you keep on training, you get better at it.
Yeah, 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 that's the thing. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, talk to us a little bit about your training now, being that you have so much experience with gymnastics and you also are able to do some body weight training. How's your training now? Like, tell me a little bit about that.
So my training is mostly CrossFit based. So that's my main sport, CrossFit, and it includes a lot of calisthenics in it, a lot of doing pull-ups, handstands. So I usually do like 2 to 3 days, really based on the calisthenics, like working on getting my pull-ups higher, doing some muscle up progressions with bands,
Yeah.
working on my handstand as well, and also like single leg exercises as well, and also jumps. Like was one of my goals as well. So I'm working on this. I have like 2 to 3 sessions
Okay.
focused on the skills, and then I work on strength, and then I have conditioning that I do every day.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, body conditioning is very important.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
yeah.
think it's a must,
Yeah,
especially for
it's the
this type
most
of training.
important. Mm-mm.
Especially with body weight training. And then you do a little bit of you do CrossFit, so that also
Yeah,
involves some weight training as well, correct?
yeah, yeah, definitely. What I like about it is a mixture of different discipline. Like also, I also like Olympic weightlifting, so that also combines this, and also the conditioning aspect. Like I also like cycling, so that's also mix all these disciplines as well, and the gymnastics because there is handstand and all.
Right, right. A
And
lot of coordination. So that's
yeah.
amazing. That's amazing.
Mhm.
What is your favorite workout right now?
I'd say my favorite one is pull-ups, definitely. That's the one I've always been doing. So yeah, I really like those one. I really like also toes to bar, so anything with abs as well.
Core is really important.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
And do you have a
Uh,
least favorite exercise?
I don't really have least favorite exercise. I may have like exercise that I find a bit more challenging.
Sure.
So Yeah, mainly things like I love handstands, but I find it challenging to balance it
Yeah,
and to hold the position. So I'd say it's definitely one of my favorite, but something I definitely need to improve on. So yeah, I don't really have exercise I don't like, but it's more I find more or less difficult.
I understand. Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, handstand is a journey as well here. Finding that right balance, and it's challenging. It's challenging, but we'll get there slowly but
yeah.
surely. We'll get there. Absolutely. Um, what does your recovery look like? Because you mentioned you do 3 days of strength conditioning and skills, and I
Mhm.
suppose another 2 days of other stuff that includes weight and your CrossFit training. So you train 5 days. How do you recover?
Yeah, I train about 6 days
Five,
sometimes
six
because I
days. Okay.
also teach classes. I teach like 5, 6 classes a week as well. So yeah, recovery would be like I try to mix up my training as much as possible, and I have more like an intuitive approach to training,
Sure.
doing what feels right at the moment. So if I feel like I have a lot of energy, I will do mostly conditioning emphasis. But I usually split it with gymnastics days, mobility days, conditioning days. Conditioning are mostly every day.
Yeah.
And cycling also, and weightlifting. So I
Gotcha.
split them in different,
So
and
you
that
really
leaves
just
a
listen to your body.
recovery.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
listen to
if
your
I
body.
did a lot of upper body, then the next day will be more like focus with a lot of plyometrics and less upper body, for example.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Very important to do that. And how does your nutrition look like as well, if you don't mind me asking?
So my nutrition is mostly plant-based, so like mostly like vegan.
Okay.
So I have like mainly fruits and vegetables as my main source of food.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have proteins like tofu and tahini, clean source of protein.
Understood.
And
Understood.
yeah, like I try to keep everything quite natural and healthy sources as well. Yeah.
And question, have you always adapted this vegan lifestyle, or was it something recent?
It's something progressive. So I was like mostly like pescatarian. Like I still occasionally may also have, but it was progressive.
You slowly
Uh,
worked your way to
yeah,
being a vegan. Yeah, because vegan is it's a
yeah,
big shift. It's a big shift in life.
yeah. You discover new food.
And then you
That's the
you end up
idea.
liking it. You end up liking stuff. I sure did. I ended up falling in love with vegetables. I never had a problem with it before, but just sticking to just vegetarian was a bit harder for me than anticipated. But it's an interesting journey nonetheless. And I'm glad that you
Oh,
were
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you
vegan.
discover, yeah,
I'm glad that you were able to
yeah.
slowly transition into being a vegan because I hear now in the community that you get a lot more performance benefits from eating cleaner and being healthier in this aspect. Would you agree that your
Yeah,
performance is
definitely.
changing and gradually change?
Yeah, like for the vegan, you mean?
Right, right. Do you see any other benefits in your performance because of your
Oh
diet?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel more energy with this form of diet, and it's also intuitive. Like anything I do is quite intuitive. I
Right,
don't really plan things in like I'm not really structured, so I listen to what my body wants. But it also always has to be natural, like non-processed, non-heavily processed.
understood.
But it's something that's been done naturally, and I became pescatarian at the age of 16, so it became quite easy. I didn't eat dairy either, so yeah, all that was left was fish and egg that I still occasionally have. But yeah,
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So what motivates you now? What's your source of motivation now? You've been
um,
practicing up in the fitness and training so many years. What's your motivation now?
my motivation is to keep learning as much as I can and like make the most of this life, because
Hmm.
like I want to be able to be as free as possible with my movement. So like why not being upside down as much as possible as well, because
Yeah,
like my goal would be to learn handstand and really do cool things with it, because that's quite freeing.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah, like being
It's
able to,
liberating to master your body.
yeah,
It is. It
yeah,
sure is. To dominate that aspect, it is very liberating.
exactly.
I'm glad you
Yeah,
brought that up. So right now your goal is handstand,
yeah, handstand and muscle up.
muscle up.
I'm working with the bands.
Hmm.
With the lockdown, it's been a bit harder because I have pull-up bar, but it doesn't can't really do work on it. But I worked with bar, chest to bar, and
Yeah, try to get that really explosive pull
yeah,
up. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. That's amazing. I love to see a female athletes really practice the sport, and the fact that you're gradually increasing your skill set is amazing. You know,
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's
definitely.
I love it. I saw you were doing an elbow tuck planche on the parallel bars. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
interesting. That's really nice. You had good form there too. Is it something that you were also working towards, or is this something that you started just training and it just happened?
This one, yeah, I like I try to work towards it a little bit, like learning it, the move.
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah, something that felt quite good, and I wanted to learn it. So
Absolutely, absolutely.
like getting, yeah, I like getting new moves.
Yeah, it is fun. It is a lot of fun. What other areas do you feel like your calisthenics slash fitness journey has helped in your life instead of just the physical aspect? What other areas has it helped?
Well, also like well-being, like feeling energized, and also a good mood booster. Like I feel more grounded.
Yeah,
Like when I do anything on the bar, or like any type of exercise anyway, I feel more grounded and more rooted to myself. So yeah, that
it
definitely
definitely does
helps.
help. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. And you feel like you could get your day started. I like to work out in the mornings,
exactly.
and I
Yeah,
feel
me
like the
too.
rest of my day just goes so perfect. You know, I'm full of energy.
Yeah, yeah, same, yeah.
I feel proud because I set a task and I did it. So that's it's accomplishment in the morning, and then you feel like you
Yeah,
can. In my personal opinion, I feel like I can accomplish more tasks when I get the little ones out, like working out. I get it done, and then I just move on to the next task, and it just kind of ripples effect there. Would you agree?
yeah, exactly. I feel exactly the same. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's amazing. What setbacks have you encountered in your calisthenics slash fitness journey? Any setbacks that you may encounter? Maybe an injury or a life event, perhaps?
Fortunately, didn't have anything like that, so I'm very grateful and hope it stays like that
That is amazing.
forever.
Yeah,
um, I would say, yeah, no, fortunately, it's always been all right, and nothing to complain. So,
good, good.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. As we know, injuries can happen in the sport, and looks like you've been
Mhm.
practicing safe and you've been going progressing
Yeah,
over the way.
the worst I have was like minor, very small injuries, like chronic sciatica, like performance syndrome, or
Got it.
like little shoulder
Tightness or pain.
yeah, like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That
but
happens, especially with handstands. That definitely happens. You know, you're putting a lot of pressure upside down on your shoulders, so
yeah,
you got to condition that. And
yeah,
if you're not as conditioned, then you will start to.
yeah, exactly. Or impingement, like small impingement. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the worst I got. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
agree. I agree. What future do you see for yourself with this fitness slash calisthenic journey for yourself? You mentioned you're a trainer now. Do you see? I have other projects working on. You working on?
Well, I'm working on well for business. Like I'm working on my YouTube channel, so it's
I saw
Tischa
that.
Kent. And yeah, I give tutorials and also advices. So I'm working on like offering advice to people and sharing what I do. And in terms of fitness, I like to really learn a lot more about calisthenics techniques, and maybe learn from other athletes, because where I live, I'm training on my own, and there's
Understood.
no calisthenics box, unfortunately, so I have to self-teach
I
mostly.
see. I see. Yeah, that must be pretty hard. You know, it's self-taught is not easy, and you gotta have find more motivation too, because you don't share a common space with others that practice
Yeah,
sport.
that's why CrossFit is I can learn there and improve stuff as well. So I also learn
Because there's a CrossFit
calisthenics.
gym as opposed to calisthenic parks around where you're at, right?
there's more gym. Yeah, there's no like proper calisthenics park. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and I suppose you're gonna continue doing this calisthenics because you mentioned you want to learn more. So this is like a lifestyle
Yeah.
for you, correct?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me, until I'm no more here.
There you go. There you go. There you go. If you can only choose one of the three that helped you the most in your journey with fitness and calisthenics, which one would it be? Is it motivation? Is it discipline? Or was it purpose?
What helped me the most in my journey? Well, it's more the feeling I'm looking after it, like the feeling of being free, or the feeling of satisfaction. For example, I've been learning double unders,
Mm-hmm.
and at the beginning it wasn't easy. Like I was hurting myself with the rope, and it was tough. But what motivated me to continue was like, yeah, once I know the move and I can master it, it would be so much fun. It would be so nice. And I practiced it during the whole lockdown, and now I can do 20 of them unbroken.
Look at
And
that.
it does feel really nice. It does. It's freeing. I'm very glad I kept going because now I enjoy them.
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. And like you said, you just kept working towards it until you know that you were
yeah,
going to unlock that skill, and that's great.
yeah.
So
It's the knowing that it will be fun once you know how to do them. Like, yeah, it's the
you already
process.
envisioned yourself doing the move.
Yeah,
You already saw
yeah.
yourself doing
You
the move.
like it. Yeah, you know that you're gonna get it if you continue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Do you feel like us as a calisthenic community can improve on something? Is there anything that we can
Um,
improve?
I feel what you're doing is great, and it's very diverse, and I like that you're bringing like diverse athletes, like me. I'm more beginner, intermediate, and then you're mixing with more advanced, female, male. I like that concept, so I think you're doing really well, and
Thank you. Thank you. I really
yeah,
appreciate that. I really appreciate your feedback. You know, objectively, what I want to do here is inspire anyone. Like I told you earlier, it doesn't matter your sex, your age, where you're
yeah, that's the thing, yeah,
the point is get out there, get active, whether it's through CrossFit,
yeah,
calisthenic, but try to be a more active, healthy lifestyle. And if I can inspire one
definitely.
person through this video, then I feel like my job is done. Well,
Yeah,
not done,
that's
but I feel much better about what I'm
yeah,
doing.
it's mostly the happiness that it gives the calisthenics.
Yeah,
Mostly that even the journey of learning is fulfilling. I like it, practice, and then yeah, enjoying the
I
journey.
agree. I agree. It's and this is the thing that everyone has the same destination to master our bodies, but the
Yeah,
journey is always different for everyone because we come from different
yeah,
backgrounds. We also have different bodies, and like you said, some of us may have injuries already from other things, or may encounter a setback such as an injury. So we always have
mm,
to look at the journey, but also remember that the destination is the end goal, and no matter what, we
yeah,
can
yeah,
always support each other on the way to that destination, which is mastering our
yeah.
body.
And I really agree. And I think nothing is impossible. Like even calisthenics. I mean. Everything. Even I've seen athletes with big injuries come back, and
Absolutely.
I think there's nothing I
Yeah,
can stop. Yeah.
yeah. And not only that, I've seen athletes that, didn't let a disability set them back. I saw this gentleman on Instagram. He cannot walk, so he has I think he's paraplegic. He's on a wheelchair,
Mm-hmm.
but he's doing muscle ups, he's doing planches, he's
Yeah,
doing
I've seen
everything.
things like this. Amazing. Yeah,
To me,
yeah,
this is amazing.
exactly.
It's inspiring. It's like, if he
Yeah.
can do it, I definitely can do it. You know what I mean? Or older gentleman around where I train, there's an older gentleman who does muscle ups, and still active at his age. He must be maybe 70, 80s. I haven't had the opportunity to talk to him just because I want to practice social distancing when I go to the park.
Mm-hmm.
That motivates me even more because I seen him,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. That's the yeah.
in his age. I'm like that. You are the type of person I want to be when I grow up. Still be able to do my calisthenics when I'm your age and look
Yes, I
strong.
am. Yeah.
That's motivating, seeing that nobody puts anything past themselves and they just keep on making it better. If not, they find more fuel. And that's amazing to me. So thank you for sharing your story. I really appreciate that. Thank you for sharing with us
You're
and
welcome. Yeah, thank you for
inspire and
having me.
motivate. Oh, absolutely. It's amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate your time. How about you let us know where we can follow you on YouTube and Instagram? You mentioned you have a YouTube channel, so let us know. Let us know where we can follow you.
Yeah, Yeah, my YouTube channel is Tischa Fit, and the Instagram is Tischa Laetitia Kent. So you can find it as well. Yeah, but yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. So you already know, guys. Follow Laetitia on her Instagram channel. I mean, on her YouTube channel and her Instagram page. I was just happened to surf through Instagram and I found another YouTuber, and it's amazing to grow the community together. Thank you again.
Thank you. Have a nice evening or
You as well.
afternoon, night in New
Yeah,
York.
I'm in the afternoon. You're in the evening over there, right? In the UK, it's evening.
Evening, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you again, Letitia. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
See you.
Bye
Bye.
now.